From Texas, and I like to think we're pretty friendly people, and so are you. So thank you. It's been awesome getting to know. I see a lot of familiar faces from the table. So I look forward to chatting and talking all things One Piece or My Hero Academia, Nana, or FMA Brotherhood, Olivier. Olivier, right? Arachne from Soul Eater, Claire and Claymore. There has been some Claymore love in California, and it is awesome. If you haven't seen Claymore, it's for the adults in the room. But it's a very cool warrior show with lots of strong women. That tends to be my niche, and I'm very thankful for that. Thank you.
I also saw some Psychopaths cosplayers around because I know you're the Dominator.
The Dominator, thank you. I know you got the blue hair, you know, Dominator blue. I love it. And yeah, Dominator is so fun. Probably the easiest voiceover job in anime I've done because there are no flaps. It's an AI voice, and well, it's really not. Would we call it AI? It's a brain. It's a system. Yeah. That whole system's disembodied voice, but anyway, no mouths to, right? No mouths to match. And one of the first roles, the very first big lead role I had was Junko in a show called Desert Punk. I think celebrates the 13-year-old boy in all of us. But she wore a helmet a lot, and so again, you don't match the flaps, so your sessions go really fast. But we're excited that Psychopaths has had some films released.
I know. It's getting a big, I loved Psychopaths, and so I love that there's more love coming to Psychopaths, because it had such a great design, great ideas, and just fantastic story.
We were so excited when they said, hey, you're going in to record for Psychopaths again. What? It's been a long time.
Yes.
So, love the Dominator. She's great. Crime coefficient, 432. Lethal eliminator.
And I was wondering if there were some interesting bloopers that didn't make the reel that you're a fan of.
Probably, but I don't know, that was a while back.
Yeah.
I don't know that I remember it. I just remember I was so excited that we did that. And the main reason I bleeped it out is that I had nephews that were watching the show, and I was trying to be a good example.
Yeah.
But that was so much fun. And Olivier is so irreverent. The whole part about going to take a bath.
So great. I love her.
Don't even bother me.
Yeah.
It is hard to be this tough. I'm taking a bubble bath. Back off.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I get, somebody gives me flowers or something, I have to physically fight myself from just responding immediately with, flowers suck.
I loved saying that. Love saying that, even though I told my husband, that does not apply to you. At all. I do like flowers. Don't tell Nico Robin that. She likes flower petals, but I love that. That is so great. Yeah. Olivier is actually I said this in the One Piece panel, for those of you that were there, but she was one of the more challenging characters for me, just because there was no femininity in her. And it was kind of hard to get past that for me at first, especially because she's just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean,
there was that one scene where she was pretending to be feminine to get into the ranks.
That was fun. Yes. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. No, it was. Well, that was kind of what I saw in her. And Mike, my brilliant director, was like, no, Stephanie, there's none of it. So I kid you not, the first 3 or 4 sessions, it would take me a while to get into that character, which normally after the first session, you kind of get it. No, because it was different than my natural inclination for her. I was so taken with her. Like girl crush taken.
Same.
So, yeah, it's like, she's so beautiful. How can she not be sensual? And he was like, nope, they call her sir. I'm like, okay, you're right. Okay, I can do that. I can do it. So thank you. I love her.
Me too. She's one of my favorite characters.
Can
Thank
I tell
you.
you, not to talk about FMA the whole time, but but we could. When I started voice acting at Funimation at the time, I had missed the boat on Full Metal Alchemist. I was not voice acting yet. And then I got into Funimation and started working with them. I didn't know what anime was. I loved animation, but I did not know anime. And y'all, thank goodness anime came into my life.
Same.
I mean, right? Thank goodness. And when I got there, I was like, oh, I want to be here. I want to work here all the time. And I was so sad because like, oh man, I would love to play Lust or one of those characters. That's such a great show. And then I was so excited when Brotherhood came around. You know, it's like, and then Olivier worked out. And I was even whining to Mike. I was like, man, I wish I could have been in FMA. And he's like, there's other stuff coming around. So I'm glad Olivier and I were able to find each other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My question is, what's your favorite outfit of Robin's?
I
There's so
love
many.
it. There's so many.
I know.
Okay, let's be honest. I mean, between One Piece Film Red, pretty awesome.
Yes, I love that film.
I know the Beast Pirates outfit. Oh my gosh. But I was so excited for her. I mean, even her Water 7 Annie's Lobby outfit.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I would wear that in real life. But I'm happy for her because I felt like she came as Miss All Sunday in her cool cowboy hat and that whole look. And then she became, nothing against dental hygienist, but then she went that route. And it looked like she was wearing scrubs. Scrubs are comfy. I love them. But it's like, can we do more with, you can do more with her. And then they did. So what a great question.
Yeah,
what's your favorite?
Well, I have a couple. I like, she wears an Arabian Night. I think it's one of the films, and the arc that you guys are on, I'm almost there. I just finished the Goodbye Mary arc last night. I'm almost on two. I'm almost on Friel arc, so I'm catching up as fast as I can.
Oh, hey, you got time.
And I think
as long as you're in it.
She wears a checkle yukata when she goes in the bathhouse. That's my other favorite.
Yes, that's good. Oh, her geisha look.
Yeah.
Her geisha look. I love that.
Yeah, and she wears a checkle or yukata or a komodo. I love that one too.
I love that we're talking fashion in our panel. It's
thank
great.
you.
Thank
to
you.
come back soon.
I would love to. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
What interests you in voice acting as Nico Robin?
What interests me?
Yeah, like what was the reason why you wanted to voice act as her?
Oh, well, I'll be honest. And I just saw her. And now I think it's fate. Thank goodness. But I remember there, when we auditioned, everybody wanted to be in One Piece because we knew it went on. We all seriously were like, this will last for a few years.
Yeah. I mean,
this will giggle go for a few years. Okay, great. Nobody ever, unless it's a character that taxes your voice, I think nobody wants a show to end. Nobody wants to die. We want to voice these characters forever. And they had all the wanted posters, which is really cool that they did it that way. Because we usually see a character design in a flip book or something, but they had all the wanted posters printed and on a table. And I was still relatively new compared to others in voice acting. I had done theater, on camera, and a lot of commercial voiceover, but was still pretty new in the land of Funimation. And even though I instantly knew that that's where I loved and wanted to be. And then when I saw the wanted posters on the table and I saw hers, and again, I said this before, I thought Nami is so cute. I'm not going to book Nami. But that one, I have a shot at her. And then I read about her, and I didn't do too much research because I didn't want to get too attached in case it wasn't me. Because, there's a lot of talented voice actors out there. But I had a callback, and not all the characters did. I was real excited to be on the short list. And honestly, when you're an actor in the entertainment industry, in my book, if you get a callback, I know it's not getting the job, but that is such a form of validation. So if you ever get a callback, hold on to that. Because everyone that gets a callback could probably do it and be great. Let's just be honest. They probably could. And so getting that callback is huge. So I was excited to be on the short list. Yeah. And I think I told this at the other panel, but seriously, y'all, I went to the opera that night after my callback. I was all dressed up, and then I did the callback. And Oda was picking our voices, the creator of One Piece, or he was approving. I knew that I was in a top selects, and I was given some direction for her. At first, I had her pitched really low. They're like, bring her up some. That was my direction. So I did that. And then I went to go see Faust in this glorious opera hall. We have one in Fort Worth, Texas. It's beautiful. It looks like a European opera house. And it was just a moment. So I was just taking in all this gorgeous art and thinking, oh, please let me be in the show. Please, please, please. And then when the call came, I was so thankful and so excited to be a part of it. But I had no idea what was coming. Robin has taken me all over the world. And to have a character, I'm an actor, I get emotional. To have a character that you believe in so much, I believe in her, and I love her, and she's part of my life now. And we get all sappy about One Piece because why wouldn't you? And as an actor, she's been with me for over 15 years. And I'm so thankful to have a character whose arc is so interesting and has so much growth. And she doesn't yell all the time. And I'm the only one on the boat that's not, blah, which is important because I'm a professional singer and I sing regularly live. Thebrimsband.com, guys. And my husband and I, we're songwriters and musicians. It's like a pop jazz lo-fi vibe. And we perform regularly. That's how we met. And I just think it's all, when fate comes together and it's meant to be, I get to voice this character for so long that's good for a singer to voice. Sorry, you've been standing up a long time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm really
pontificate.
interested in talking to you, reasons why you like it, and it's just so interesting, this story you're talking about. And
Thank you.
I'm really amused to it. So it's just kind of a first time talking to someone famous. And
I would never know. You are so composed and lovely. You just very confident. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, do you have a favorite scene that you were in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or a favorite thing about working on the project in general?
Oh yeah, I have a favorite scene. What do y'all think it is? I think you know.
Is it the
Don't patronize me, Alex. Your bulging muscles are worthless without a spine. Thank you. It just feels good.
Thank you.
And when Olivier throws Alex Armstrong around, because I adore Chris Sabat, and he's a mentor of mine. He is. He's a mentor. I adore him. The first video game I ever recorded was with Chris, and oh my goodness, he was so kind to me because I'd never seen pages and pages of reactions. I mean, think about it. Here's a page of roundhouse kicks. I could do first four. Okay, how else do we do that? I was new. And so I'll never forget, he talked me through that and gave me some examples, which as a director, you don't always do that. Do this. Okay, do this. And I just love him. And it was really satisfying and fun to have this female character throw all those muscles around and beat him to a pulp. And so I think I texted him or called him afterwards and was like, that was so much fun. I got to throw you around. I can't even believe it. That's cool. So, that scene for sure. And there's so many. Olivier is just the coolest. But that was really fun. So it's funny. I voice act often opposite of him. We have a lot of characters. I mean, you've got Nana, right? And then we've got Olivier and Alex. There were others. But anyway, that's a great question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, was it interesting being the mentor for Chris Sabat's character in?
Isn't that a flip? Mm-hmm. Good point. Good point there. It was. It felt like this full circle moment. A very full circle moment to be his mentor as Nana in My Hero Academia, and and that character, she is another strong female that I love. But I will never forget recording the scene where she decides that it's best to give up her son. And it was during lockdown, and I was in my home. I have a home studio, and there I am alone in my booth by myself, piping in with Colleen on the other side, which was so wonderful. She's a dear friend, Colleen Klinkenbeard, and oh man, that scene just broke me. That day it was so difficult, and even if you don't have children, you can understand it. And I do have 2 small children. And so that was just a tough scene. But that being aside, yes, it is an honor to voice his mentor. It's funny. We are opposite of each other sometimes, and I love that. Once he said that I was the female Chris Sabat voice, I was like, can I put that on a T-shirt? I don't think I can get as low as him, but I'll try. No, he's brilliant.
What was your favorite thing to voice as Nanara or as the character as handler in Spy Family?
Handler. Oh, guys, and season 2 coming out soon. I cannot wait. Oh, the handler. I know when I saw her, I'm like, she looks like Carmen Sandiego, kind of, right? Big hat. If you don't know Spy X Family, you should check it out. And being a jazz musician myself, the music in the show is fabulous. But one of the most memorable scenes that was unexpected is when she takes her heel. Remember the heel and shoves it into that guy? She is hardcore and calm as a cucumber, like Olivier. Calm as a cucumber. Sylvia, the handler. with Nana, when they're all coming back and they're talking to Deku, that was really special.
Yeah.
Really special. Good question.
So Robin is probably the most grounded person on the Straw Hats. So what's your favorite, like, kind of lighthearted moment that she's had? Or one of your favorite lighthearted moments?
One of my favorite lighthearted moments. I just spoke about this. We had an interview. They had us interview with the LA Times, which is really cool. I think it's out in the world. And one of my favorite moments, because it just shocked me. And I was at home in my own booth, all by myself. Engineers piped in. And even though normally it's just us and the director and the engineer, it's still a human connection when you're recording. And I really miss that when we were all alone, But when she is just getting all flummoxed and Twitter-pated and girly over Ryunosuke, the dragon, with the whole kawaii thing. He's so cute. I was like, is that Robin? Do I get to do that? And the funny thing is, I'm a pretty bubbly person in regular life, so it was exciting to see her do that and just open up. But isn't it cool after her I want to live moment? She just opens up and opens up and opens up and just is okay to be vulnerable and happy and feel that love from her pirate crew family. And so these pieces of her are coming out, and I just think that's so amazing. I love that. But then on the flip side, her dark humor. You've just got to love her deadpan dark humor. And I can never remember them. I need to memorize them off the top of my head, but it's usually, I'm going to say, like, we should go left. We'll probably die. Let's go.
Thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. It's a great question.
Do you have any favorite memories or scenes from Claymore?
Yes. Yes. And that was a long time ago, but that show, it stays with you. Y'all, if you have not seen Claymore, again, not for little people. It's kind of violent. I mean, it's real violent. But boy, that show, I remember, that was another one where there was a buzz in the building about Claymore. And then I started getting these congratulations when I was cast as Claire. And, again, I was always one of those people that I audition and then I step away. I let it go. Because as actors, most of the time you get no, right? And we're used to that. We're really used to rejection. It's fine. It's half the business. But I didn't, I read for her. I would have been happy to be any of those warriors. And then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, Claire. I was like, oh. And gosh, many favorite scenes. I love her relationship with Jean. Oddly enough, Brina Palencia is a dear friend of mine who voiced Priscilla, who's a real nemesis in the show. But the thing that's it's the emotions run so deep. The dichotomy of you've got these warriors fighting for good and then they just lose control and then become these evil things, and then you have to take down your fellow warrior at some point if they get out of control. And that's tough. I love her fight with Ophelia. That's probably my favorite battle. And then the fact that Elena gave her, Wendy Powell would always come up to me and go, I gave you my arm. She gives her arm so she can keep battling. But that show was really special to voice that character. But funny fact is that I was recording Claymore while I was in a season of planning a wedding. It was really cathartic. These characters, and I was not a bridezilla, y'all, but it's still, a wedding is a lot, no matter how big it is to plan, and it was a good size. And I just remember I would go in the booth and I'd be able to let it all out, because these female warriors, they have this, not to go into it too much, you need to go watch it, but they have this energy, this Ioki energy that comes up in them, and then they have to keep it suppressed so that they don't turn into a monster and become the enemy. And so, all these monster, I can't do it right now, but I have to sing Thursday, but all these big monster gravelly growls, and it was so good to just release in the booth and do that while we're trying to pick out what, you serving chicken, what. So, that was so great. But it's funny because my ride home was about 20 minutes from the studio back to our place, and I would have to decompress in the car ride home, that I was still kind of intense when I would get home, and my husband would be like, oh, you worked on Claymore today, didn't you? I'd be just a little edgy. I'm like, I'm still coming down. But that show, yeah, strong female warriors, nails, bagpipes, and electric guitars in the soundtrack. And like 24 episodes. I mean, it's nothing compared to One Piece, right? It's a short run.
Thank you. Really crossing my fingers that the show will return someday in some form.
I would love that. You know, I think if it had been released in the age of simuldub and streaming, it would have been a different story. It came out like a few DVDs here, a few DVDs there, and it just kind of, yeah. But thank you. It's real exciting to see this resurgence of Claymore.
Is because you played Toa in the Xenoverse games.
Yes.
They're some of my favorites. How did it feel? Because Xenoverse and like the whole like Dragon Ball like superheroes, they exist outside of a continuity, like outside of like normal Dragon Ball, and it's basically like a what if. Like a what if scenario. How did you feel playing like a major villain in this like expanded like universe?
Expanded universe. Well, I love it. I mean, villains are fun. They're a lot of fun to play. And the thing I love about Toa, I feel like my directors, I mean, we all know each other, and I've been doing this for a little bit, and they know me, and I know Stephanie's a singer. Now, I have blown out my voice for some Gearbox games, Nisha in Borderlands. There's a snake lady in Tiny Tina's Wonderland, some snake goddess person who just died and died and died and died. And I think I couldn't talk for 2 days after that. But I am so happy to voice Toa because she is awesome, an awesome villain, and just even in the extended universe, who doesn't yell her brains out. So we're cool.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
You see the through line? Robin, no yelling. Toa, I'm not saying I won't. But they just know, like, we're not going to do that to her. And some people have Teflon cords, like rock stars that can stay up all night and do horrible things to their throats and sing like a bird the next day. I'm not one of those people. So my directors are my friends.
That's pretty cool. But my second question is that you're Yugiri from Zombie Land Saga.
Yes.
Everyone should go watch Zombie Land Saga.
Yes, they should. Thank you for bringing that up.
It's a fantastic show. My question is, do you have any like fun memories from recording Zombie Land Saga, both seasons?
Yes, so many. I love that show. I'm so glad you brought up Yugiri. She sings, and she's a geisha warrior. She's so cool. Yeah, if you're looking for a fun show with heart and really good music, go watch Zombie Land Saga. There are 2 seasons. And boy, that second season, and season 2, you really get to know Yugiri's backstory, and she's such a dark, tough sensei. I mean, just warrior. She's incredible. Okay, she's not a sensei, but she's a hardcore warrior. And we got to record all the music for the first season, which was incredible. And it was complicated music, a lot of choral harmonies layered, and all these singers. We have a lot of singers on the show, and Braden Palencia did the arranging and most of the vocal directing. I believe Megan Shipman, who's also incredible, Spy Family. She directed, and we had so much fun. But something's really interesting about, I've had the chance to record many moments or many different songs in anime, and I'm so glad that we have Pro Tools because I feel like nobody breathes. There's a lot of quick pattern singing that happens. And I remember the first time, I think I did something for Negama, and I heard the song, and it was just like, it never stopped. It's like, what?
It's just all over the place.
What are we gonna do? And they were like, it's all right, we'll punch in. You can breathe, and then we'll punch you in. There's no breathing. But the Zombie Land music is just so rich and beautiful. And I don't know, someone recommended that I know we didn't get to do season 2, which was a real bummer on the music, but I might cover Yugiri's song anyway.
Oh, that
Do you think that's a good idea?
That would be a very cool idea.
Would it?
Hope to see y'all in the movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are there any like roles or shows or any like franchise that would be like your dream to voice?
Oh, I mean, sure. I would have loved to have been in Cowboy Bebop. Love that. Yeah, FMA still, that's on there, but I'm thankful for Brotherhood, and that's where I was meant to be, so that's cool. Gosh, so many. I would love to be in Pokemon because I have a 9-year-old that's obsessed. So maybe that'll work out someday. I have new goals now. Pokemon's at the top of the list. So, but yeah, I have a 6 and a 9-year-old, and so I'm learning about all of that world. It's pretty fun. It's so cute. But yeah, so many. That's a great question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's your favorite Pokemon so far?
My favorite Pokemon, I really like, I know it's kind of typical, but I really like Charmander. And of course I love Pikachu. My son's favorite is Lucario. And I think my daughter's favorite is Mew.
Aww.
Right? Eevee! Yes! Oh, I love Eevee. And I got my daughter the cutest little Eevee Evolution pants. Has lots of little Eevee. Oh yeah, see, I forget. Yes, I love Eevee. I love Snorlax. I mean, they're all adorable. Another reason that show's been around and that manga for a while.
So as Nico Robin, who do you say your most favorite interactions with in the character-wise?
My answer used to be Chopper, which I still love her relationship with Chopper. It's beautiful. However, having been in Wano, I'm really loving her relationship with Brooke. Right? How the friendship that they have, and it hasn't all been released yet, but she tells a joke. You see this progression with Robin. It's like, she giggled. It's a miracle. She tells a joke. She has a sense of humor that's not just the dark. It was a cute joke. And same thing, I went, she's growing. So that's a good question. But yeah, what do you think? Who do you...
I might think like your interaction with like Frankie, like or something like that.
Oh gosh, Frankie. Well, when I think Frankie Law, it used to be Zora, but now Frankie or Law, like love interest. I don't know, and I don't know that that'll ever happen. That may never happen. But I know, I'm like, I don't know. I can think about it too much, but.
What is your favorite costume of Frankie? You think?
Of Frankie?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's hard to say. Do you have one?
I like his older designs, like when we first met him.
Uh-huh. He
His
looks like he's on
classic
Surfing Safari.
His more Jim Carrey look.
Yeah. Yeah. And Clutch. Yikes.
If any pirate could join the Straw Hat crew in One Piece, who do you think it would be? Or who would you want it to be? Law?
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah. He hasn't joined yet, so that's who I want.
I wish he would join, but I don't think that would happen.
It
Who
might.
knows?
It might.
And then my second question is who is your favorite villain in One Piece?
Okay. So the two that have impacted me the most, when you say favorite, like the ones I want to die, Spondum. For obvious reasons. I'd never thought of a person hanging on the side of a cliff with their teeth, which Robin does. Guys, I'm like, they're just evil. Spondum. Black Maria is no joke. That's coming. Black Maria. But I also love, if we want to go way back, I love Inaru. Mm-hmm. Because my dear friend Michael Tatum voices him and voiced him so brilliantly. I love Tatum. And he was such a good Inaru. And then, have y'all seen the live action? What do you think? I know, right? I'm like, yes. I thought it was great. I mean, what can we expect? But I was afraid to watch it. And boy, the buggy. I mean, I'm like, you are rivaling the Joker for the most creepy. Way to go. That actor is brilliant, but Buggy was so good. But y'all, the live action, it's exciting. I mean, I've been yipping about it at my table because I'm so excited that they put a ton of production funds into it to make it good. It looks like a film, guys. It's beautiful. And the actors are wonderful. I think it was really well cast. I mean, and it's hard, to find a Luffy that everyone's gonna love. This guy is so likable. He's wonderful. And so, all of them. And I hope that they have enough seasons for the rest of us to join. But I think we're all excited because it's just going to reach a whole new fan base. And then hopefully they will come find us, right? They're going to want to know more about the story. It's like, you want all the details? Come to the anime. Come to the manga. We've been here for a while. It's okay. Join us on the boat. But boy, that buggy. I was crying on the plane. I kid you not. you hear us talk about it, but it's true. We take these things to heart. It's so important to us. And then having voiced a show for so long, when I started watching it, Ian was on the plane, the voice of Brooke, and he goes, "You have to watch it. It's so good." It's like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "No, watch it now." I went, "Okay, I'm going to watch it on the plane." I start watching it, and I watched the first episode, and I was in tears. Like, okay, they get it. And we hear that Oda was heavily involved with it, and you can tell. Because I don't know how else they would have done so well. It's so good. After I finished the first episode, he was near me, a few rows away, and I got up out of my seat and just had to go. I had to talk to him. I'm like, I have to process this with you right now because this is amazing. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Good question. Yeah, y'all watch the live action. It's good stuff.
Do you think you could guess?
The set pieces are amazing. It's like it just came out of the manga and the show.
The what?
The set pieces.
Oh, the set pieces.
Yep.
There's so much detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much detail. What were
Oh
you
yeah.
gonna say?
I was just gonna say. Do you think you could guess that Buggy's crime coefficient?
5,329. Lethal eliminator.
Well, I think that actually brings us to the end of our panel.
Okay. Gosh, guys, thank you so much for coming out. We love you. Y'all have just been amazing. Big hearts all around.